Yeah, right, boys. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay. Let's talk some facts quickly. I I still, you see, I never think about the mouse thing until I need it. All of this, these presentations mean fuck all. Why is that? Because our focus needs to be on the 15-minute time frame. Because if you don't make it the 15-minute time frame, you're just fucking yourself over monumentally. Now you're gonna be like, oh, bro, what do you mean, bro? So it wasn't it was yesterday's trade, I think. This one here. So from 8 o'clock, we chop about, and we first make this bullish propulsion block here. I'm gonna just use the bodies for the sake of it. Um, Obviously, look, wicks do play a role, otherwise they wouldn't be here, right? And I mean, come on. So you may then ask the question, but why didn't it work? Because what do you have here? The 715 low is a pre-market low. So the market runs it, all right? And after the markets run this pre-market low, at first I was like, but are we not going to come back to this gap here? Then I was like, no, because in terms of uh, this low to this high, we are perfectly around our premium. And if you drew a fib here, you will see that this was an OTE area. See there, that one is on the money is 61.8. So you are to a premium, right? I saw this propulsion block and I saw a trade and I took it on the 5 minute. I ended up closing this trade early because like this, it was first this down close candle is a massive. It's got a massive wick. Then you do this weak ass close with this long bottom and this long top wick. Then you close below it here, and then on this pullback here, I was like, nah. If we close below this candle here, then we're likely gonna clear a short term low. So we run the low, we get a 15-minute bullish change in the state delivery. Now, because this is the highest up, so you see series of lowest down close candles, but this wick high is higher than this one. So this becomes your bullish order block on the 15-minute. But if you go down there onto the 5 minute, I was looking for something a lot more precise, right? So I was like, okay, cool. We've got this bullish BP on made here. Do we not at least want to come and retest it somewhere here before, say, buy up? But to be honest, once we traded to this high here, once we had this push down, and I also spoke about, and this is in the live stream from I'm talking out of my ass. This was a former bullish propulsion block, this down close candle here. So when this one closed, I mean, if we just look at the levels, see where you closed here and where you is, you see there. So we reclaim this this old bullish propulsion block. Plus now you've reclaimed this old 50-minute one, but I wasn't quite focused on that propulsion block here. We don't come back to it. I'm seeing us sweeping this low. I'm like, cool. Our upwards candle is this one here, but I'm now on the 50-minute, and I'm looking for some sort of breaker formation or or just a way for me to take longs off of that, which is here. So I wanted us to come back to this body, but obviously now I'm just cherry picking, and I didn't just think to myself like, if I just think of the wick, we've closed past the body. Look how we react. So let's remove this and this, so it's a lot more clear. Look at this, all these quarter levels. We come back to the 50 here perfectly, push higher, right? We close past this high, which is important. So then the pullback is normal. If this pullback is coming to 50%, we can add. It even comes down to an OTE area here as well, and we've made two fair value gaps, and we don't trade past the midpoint of the gap and the breaker. So your stops now could be about here, and I could have added here, and then you get this propulsion block here, which I could have again chosen to add along the wicks here, but then again I didn't. So a day of missing a very good setup. And then so now earlier, pre here, so at 8 o'clock, I spotted this very simple inversion fair value up here, and the logic that I used here was just by this wick moving below this low here, it represents a break of structure, but we failed to close below it, so it's usually a sign of some sort of reversal. Um, and you're like, okay, cool, but why didn't this inversion here work? Because again, this fair, because this SIBI on the well, it moving low, it did not break any sort of structural lows. This whole price move up, I mean, if you bought it, say if you see this, you just close, you're like, okay, cool, let's buy. Market just comes down, runs your stop, makes a fair value, so makes a SIBI here. Just think of, at some point you would have thought, oh, 2022 model in terms of here, but I was like, nah, we'll likely make this an inversion. So you make the inversion and you get this small play here. And then my whole question was like, at some point when I have like a bit more capital, I am gonna play a whole lot more. But anyways, we can look at the 15-minute time frame now and how it chose to close. So you see here this high, we failed to close past this high here. So I'll write here, failed to close past wick high. Right, so we failed to get this close, and I'm like, so do you consider this now IOFED? Because actually now this whole low that we're talking about being cleared, right? It was literally a 15-minute busy here, right? So anyways, so we can call this here a 15 busy. So it's you just write here, I am waiting for the 15-minute to produce a bearish or bullish or a breaker or inversion getting set up. If not, no stress. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay. So the belief system here is if the market wanted to keep going higher, you would not want to see price trade too much. You wanted it to say maybe wick to the consequent encroachment, then remain high. But if we look at the 3-minute even, so the 3-minute has made a bearish BPR here. Where is that? Oh, here's the trend line. So this is 3 bearish BPR. So obviously, like if you're thinking about shorts now, I mean, you can take one there with that high. Um, See, the thing is, like, dude, I'm not seeing any like, you know, I wouldn't take it, and because I don't see. So let's go to the. Can't you compare like, like I know that, or is it just not offered by like derivative and stuff? But I want it in like a new window, bro. See now, I don't think that I can like change this time difference here. I think if this is on the 3 minute, this one also remains on the 3 minute. So that is pretty fucking useless. Okay. Aye, why are you showing me fucking percentages, dude? So yeah, mm, let's see what the 5 minute is gone and done. It doesn't made an inversion fair value gap yet. Okay, so okay, so mm, thing is like, look, I like the whole notion thing there, but hear me out. Like keeping an external of every single setup of like screenshotting. I come screen. Uh, okay, so why I believe there's a bit of, I'll use the word uncertainty, is in terms of the 8 hour, right? There a magnet. There is a magnet, right? You've got this fair value gap here, which you are trading within, and you've traded to its consequent encroachment. Cool. Like now on the 1 minute, you can see that there was an okay sell-off, right? But we move to it. We, I guess we create, I mean, there's like a volume imbalance here, but again, that's not the inversion you want. We don't come back to this propulsion block. We don't come back to this gap. We're just doing this kind of slow peel away, which then leads you to now think like, is this market, does it actually want to move lower, or is it just repricing to a discount so that we can start buying up? Okay. Um, I think, sorry, just my, so I'll say here, this notion can annoy the fuck out of me. The point of this journal now isn't to annotate and make note of every single 15. It's not all that Mark out. Right. So what I was saying was, I will not make as many screenshots. But again, that's not important. So it was, that's the 8 hour, right? But if you go to the daily, what a cool. We're digging into. You've got this old, British propulsion block, and you've got this whole Sibi here, um, and I guess like you know that's the consequent encroachment level of the daily. But you're like, would you not want to see it at least come up to here, or to say this low, or any one of these lows here, which is still a decent like 13 points away. But then like this is on like the daily, right? So on the daily, you want something like it to move a bit higher before maybe say correcting into this gap here, and then pummeling higher, or because I mean like you see it as this liquidity here got swept. So you see, you made the relative equal lows, you sweep it here. This liquidity gets generated, all right? And as you can see over here, it gets swept, and then you pull higher. The best trade was yesterday's one over here, where you're like, the market needs to reach up into this unfold fair value gap. So then when is the time that you're meant to be at the charts? On a day like Monday the 21st, I should have been here at fucking 5 o'clock. And if you say that you're targeting this daily consequent encroachment as your final level, you're also targeting this quarterly, and then you just want the Sibi low, right? And yesterday, and you're going off of so yesterday 2 a.m. GMT opens, all right? Sorry, this is doing here. I mean, we got this massive wick below here, so again, I don't see anything in this that's exciting. I'm gonna wait for the next 15-minute candle. So note all those quarterly levels that were marked out. Close above it, come back, bounce, run. Close above it, come back, bounce, run. And this is the low here. So this is a Sibi low. No, sorry. This was the gap low. This is that sell side point that gets swept. So you're like, cool. Yesterday, right? 2 a.m. You're looking for that new day open, and you're like, bet I want to buy up into this level here, right? Now going on the 5 minute now would be disingenuous because I'm trying to work off a 15-minute PD array. So either a bullish order block, a propulsion block, a breaker, a mitigation block, an inversion fair value gap, anything like that. So 1 o'clock, first good sign here is a BPR. By the time we get to 2 o'clock, we're trading within a 15-minute busy here, right? And we've made an inversion. So once you've made an inversion, right, you want that swing point from that low to that high, and it should give you EQ. You see here, we just don't come back in this busy here, but we're still within this inversion. So literally at 5:15, I mean the market was kind of choppy. So you're waiting. Okay, cool. What is a 15-minute sign here where I can opt to get long? As you say this, you're like, okay, this is a bullish mitigation block, but you don't like this. I guess this down close has formed some sort of a propulsion block, right? So like this could be, you could say take quote unquote a safe trade there. So let's say this is your initial entry here. It's only 3.4. Or mind you, you don't know that the daily is about to do an absolute runner, all right? So that's your first one. Because mind you, like I said, you're looking for all these levels here. So then you want this one, which is 6 hour away. Then you want this level here, which is 9 hour away. And this is now 63 points already, right? But anyways, so you pull back here, That's your initial target, 22 points, right? So say after you made this propulsion block here, right? You now know that you do not want price on the 15-minute time frame to close below this low here. No chance. Okay? And it doesn't, but you see loads and loads of wicks, right? So let's say if you went on to another 5 minute and you're like, okay, cool. So, after it gets made and all, you're just looking for that setup on the 5 minute to be like, okay, cool. We can go long now. So you make this in terms of the 5 minute. What do you see? You're like, remember how on the 15 price was unable to be within that price couldn't return to, what's the word, EQ. But if we look at this high to this high, just missed it here, you know by a whisker. Unfortunate. But what does price make here? This lowest down close candle, bullish order block. Which low made it before? It's this one. So suddenly now that entry we're talking about there can get improved here with a much improved stop loss. And your initial target is now an 8-hour trade. That other target is now a 16-hour trade. Final one, 23. And you're like, yeah, not possible, nor is it realistic. Says fucking who? At this point, if you still have, let's say I risk $6 here. If I'm up 120 bucks on a trade like this, I've chosen to not close. It literally just means I'm being a pussy or I'm being extremely greedy, right? Then during my next session, I could have added here, like I said earlier, this pullback. See this run it does here. Then when you get into New York here at 1 p.m., it's forming this kind of, which is where it's just kind of like drawing higher. And you see this, you see how we don't make a bearish change in the state of delivery here. So let me remove this here. Oh shit, wait. Let me just, I just want to see what is going on. Say like this 30-minute time frame. Okay. If we didn't trade into this gap here, it would be nice because I guess but I mean, it maybe does serve as like a little pre-market low and all. Um, but yeah, and the 15-minute did what? Uh, See how this week is a sign of. I think this week. This week is a sign of price. Mm, well, let's look at the levels. So yeah, sometimes in the life I'm too competitive. So this is, and I will call it. You know what? I'm a bit bored, so because I'm just kind of waiting here. We'll call it Trader's Paradox. I know. I see the setup. It's there, but what makes it different to yesterday's? everything. Every moment in the market is unique. I keep trying to find the exact same setup visually, but it will never come. The order block will form differently. The inversion fair value gap will have a slightly different third candle. However, through all of this, all the stuff is the same. Because it is, bro. Like today, if I was awake at 6 a.m., right? Although I didn't want to, what setup could I have taken here? Voila! Yeah, sacre bleu! Sacre bleu! Partons dès le compte 30. Entry, stop loss, take profit. This would have been nothing flashy, but 10 USD risk. Let's say if I would start risking my entire daily pay, right? That there's 500 and something dollars in the fucking bag. So yeah, here, let me have some water. Whoa! Failing, good signature here. Failing to close past these lows. Now it's very easy for me to say yes, but you see how price comes back to this, body open. Dude, price could have come down to this week quarterly and just fucked off. And then I would have said, yeah, but I would have entered this. So no, this wouldn't have been the trade. That would have been the trade. Best case, maybe my stop loss doesn't come so low and it's about here. So say call that like a 3 odd trade. Um, but yeah, man. Also, one thing that I guess like I can speak freely here because it's funny. Unless I become insanely famous um and people go and study my work, which is not going to happen. This live stream will only be watched by anyone who maybe if I die and someone wants to hear my voice or something like that. Um, but like no one is ever going to look at the stuff and be like, oh, how profound. He was such a distinguished gentleman. No. So a day like today, which does suck, but I spoke about it in that live stream, right? Um, like here where the market pulls back to this point here, and you know, like say here, like I would have loved like a trade where shit like it's just say like here, right? The candle closes like 2 o'clock yesterday, right? And you're like, we've got a gap here and a gap there. You know, this, and I know it doesn't seem like it now, but this 6 points with any amount of volume behind it can be all that you need. And I will prove it. Right. Let's say if you just wanted the low of this pussy, or if you saw this propulsion block here and you wanted it or whatever, Note how you get this nice pullback here before it dumps lower, right? So let's say 3 o'clock yesterday was the start of the 2 hour candle, I guess. Okay, no, no. So at 2, you're trading the new 4 hour candle, all right? And so if we go to that, so you go to that 4 hour, and we're like, where was it trying to go? You're like, oh shit, you just formed. Where's this low? Oh, sorry. So this would have been the entire candle formation. Okay, no. Um, and if you see, all this, I guess you're seeing this inversion. Fine. This level here, this 0.20. If you're like all you were trying to do is just target it, right? But again, sorry, let's stick to that whole 1 hour idea because I see that now I'm even confusing myself here. So cool. You're on. It's 3 o'clock. You want to trade that, 250 macro or whatever the fuck else. Mm, we've gotta go. I mean, wow. Just look at it, bro. Just look at it. I remember you're looking for this busy low here somewhere. So say we're looking for a busy low, we're looking for relative equal lows, we're seeing all of this here. We're like, all right, cool. What do we have? What do we have? Highest dark close candle between all of this is this one here. And say if you want it to trade into the POI plus a reaction, it then constitutes this as a breaker here, and that entry, that stop loss. Nothing amazing. It's not 25R, but it's 3.5R. If you can take any amount of money every single day or every second day and you can multiply it by 2 or by 3 or by 4, then you have those anomaly days where it goes by 8, 9 times more. That shit will definitely add up. There's no chance it won't. So like even here with this whole 1 minute thing. And it's just another day. So in terms of the 15-minute time frame, it hasn't done anything that's like, you know, whoa, it's doing something great. I mean, shit, like just take that high plus that 1 minute candle there, and you see, if you make a bearish propulsion block, you see, we don't make a bearish propulsion block, bro. We've closed below this level and we are rejecting it. But if we made the propulsion block here, it would have been a. But let's stick to the 15. Let's watch it. Let's say today 2 o'clock. What did we have? We have a low created here. We can see that we sweep it. We never made a change in the state of the delivery, so it was just you know. But you see here, when like we don't make a change in the state of delivery, right? Just literally like draw that fucking trend line. You see when it breaks out here, like here, like we don't make a change in the state of delivery, and it's just market is just pulling lower and pulling lower, and you're like, just draw your fucking trend line. You see here, we close, and then we don't come back to it, and then we do another pullback. See what the 1 minute said here. I was saying that now, like price closes above a high, closes below it, and then you just literally do that, and then before you know it, it's 2R, 1 point move. It's been so fantastic. Anyways, dude, again, you could find a million strategies on these candles. Oh, my little doggy. Oh, fuck me. Mm, yeah, man. Let me just. I'm gonna mute my mic while I play some tunes. Um, I mean, fuck, man. I hope for the sake of London, like something is just entertaining today. But like this here, not really seeing any inefficiencies. If you do make a bearish change in the state of delivery, then so be it. But you know, yeah. Um, Ah, okay, all right. Right, so this is the 1 hour so far. I mean, yeah, this is the 15-minute time frame. Now we'll see if you make a bearish change the state of delivery here. Um. Oh, wait. Okay, one is higher than the other. That's fine. Um. Yeah. Give it this till about 9 minutes. Say, like, well, like 8.5 minutes. But I can't seem to find what I'm wanting. All right, boom, big man. Um, so market is about to create a bearish change in the state of delivery, and my only question is to where? Sorry, this was a 3 minute. Sorry, this was a 5 minute order block I marked out earlier. See this inversion fair value gap, down close candles. Maybe, dude, I swear, like if I just learn to stay awake from midnight until like 8 o'clock the next day, so like just literally like that's my work day. Um, or say like from midnight till like 5, and then I sleep from about 5 to 7:30, and then I come and do London. I mean, yeah. So price here has made a bearish change in the state of delivery, and it's made a bearish order block. My question is, right? This is the most recent range, right? And so, like, do you want to short this bearish? You see this order block here? I'd use that higher, but it's like, are we just targeting this low here for like 1.2R, or maybe looking to come back to this BPR here for 2.6R? Um, like that's the only like possibility. Because I mean, like, here's the thing, right? The 1 hour, I guess, like, like where's the gap for it to trade into the 2 hour? Let's see if there's a gap for that market. Not really. Like, if anything, we're gonna come back into this inversion fair value gap high, and it's just like the reason for not taking the trade. And I can call myself a pussy or not, right? If I want to go short now, right? So say this. Let's. This is the next, or the closest unfold fair value gap. Yeah, I see. There's a small gap here. It's this one here. All right. So let's say, sorry, right? See that I've marked this. I can remove. So that's the daily. This is the daily SIBI here, right? So like, do we short it to the say the next quarter level of here, and maybe coming to this 4 hour unfold gap? Because like you know I don't know. So like I don't have a very clear 4 hour target. I don't have a clear 1 hour target, but prices made this 50-minute bearish change in the state of delivery. Like I don't see any relative equal lows for myself to be targeting. So I will say it here. Yes, 15M bearish, just 15M bearish. But what level would I cannot see a clear 1 hour/4 hour fair value gap or high/low that I would want to make. Say I'm not being a pussy, just honest. Yeah.
Yeah, so just too much of a business from there for like what you do. Now that she's good, she's good. Up and down the houseway. Yeah, just finally at the end, I was in the hallway. Then like she runs towards me. I guess that, thinking that she's going to be able to stop or whatever it is. I just see her, and she runs through my legs and then ends up on the floor. And I'm like, you little, how was I meant to catch you or even stop? Uh,
My girl, she just thinks like a chicken, you know. I wonder, like, what are these ants chasing me? You know?
oh, I even found one yesterday in the morning. This one just like crawling towards my face. I'm like, how do you even get on here? Like, this one singular fucking just, I was like, sure, just because like there's barely anything for them, so just end up roaming anywhere.
Guys are scavengers. This guy, I guess those Benito, he's big on this whole crypto shit, and he started telling me about these decentralized exchanges. And I mean, he's an IT guy, so he's like, yeah, like, so he's explaining the whole thing about even when you work with guys like fucking Binance, the simple fact that you have to submit your KYC documents means that like that's not your fucking money. You know? It's like say if there's like a black swan event or whatever, and shit hits the fan, you are screwed. Like if that exchange goes down, that's what's like all yours are.
Yeah, like that other scummy one that FTX was partnered up with.
Yeah.
And then since they went down, FTX must had to they had to like then like give everyone like their Zark back.
And then like the guy's like, and then he's explaining about the DEX and how like because there's no centralized exchange, it's like what is some about some like automated shit, or there's like
That's the blockchain.
yeah, or where like because you think of like a circle of so normally you have like Binance, but here it's more like it was like
This is
you
like peer to
yeah,
peer.
a peer-to-peer thing, and then like there's this smart bit of code that then can to say like if I make an agreement to like buy something with like someone else, or like say buy a token from them or whatever, and then it's a story of like we have to basically like we must put in our terms, and then if like the code sees that you guys have both fulfilled your side of the deal, then the sale goes through. So if someone tries to do some sketchy shit, and then the Charlie will must obviously pick up on it and then block the transaction. And then I was like, first I thought like, okay, this nigga's a bit crazy because he was going on about it, about how like don't there's some key thing you get when you sign up with whatever wallet. It's like a sequence of words. He's like, don't save that shit anywhere. Write it down 3 times.
Mine, I put it into my wallet.
Yeah, guy was like,
There was a piece of paper and stuck it there in like a corner at the back.
and like the homie is just going on about, and also he was like, if you start like say when you eventually like log into your wallet thing using your laptop or whatever, he was like, fuck your Windows laptop, fuck your Mac, you have to use the Linux thing and like a VPN. I was just like, this is a whole new side.
That's what crypto was before all these fucking exchanges came out. It was just cold storage.
Yeah.
So you literally it's an app that you log into either on your phone, your computer, and then anyway, and then you couldn't fund your account with a credit card, debit card, whatever it was. It was someone else has to send you crypto.
Yeah.
And of course, how do you get someone to send you crypto? You have to exchange something for crypto. Most guys didn't want cash for crypto. They wanted these other cryptos. That's when then the whole exchange story started happening. Niggas started taking bank transfers and credit cards, debit cards, or my brother wanted to buy crypto. And the journey was that should your hard drive ever fail, your laptop does what, your phone does what, your shit's gone.
Yeah.
That was it. So it's secure as fuck, but the whole point of it was that you should have a standalone, reliable device that's single purpose is just to store crypto. That was like that guy was from 20 whatever. Those early that 2000s days, almost used to mine crypto
Yeah.
on like his desktop computers. Long before niggas had supercomputers mining crypto, so it was fairly easy to do like mathematical calculations. Then the guy must had like 10,000 Bitcoin on his old computer. But then he was threw it away because niggas thought Bitcoin wasn't going to do shit. Then, like 5 years later, price skyrockets. It still wasn't anything to what it is now. Guy was most in like a landfill, was searching for the shiny. I was like, bruh, but like now your story is global. So even the niggas who work at the fucking landfill would have now found the computer or found the hard drive, whatever it was, taken the shiny out and either just sold it to like a highest bidder because they
Yeah.
obviously don't have like the tech to crack into the shiny. Or they would have just found paths to hack into it for them.
Like that guy who I think it was some like UK guy puts it into a black garbage bag, and then is it like that guy? And then like he tosses it.
I think no, he was in the EU there somewhere for sure.
Yeah.
I know that.
Saw the article a few days ago that like the guy is suing the council estate
Yeah,
because like he wants to, and I'm just there like Nat, I feel bad for you niggas. I still remember, was it not like 2012 or 2013? Because Ali mentioned something about crypto.
I mean, like at that point, like so many niggas were skeptical.
Yeah.
Yo, there was a guy. There was a guy who in also those very early days, the 2013 times, he bought a pizza for $1 Bitcoin. Because that time Bitcoin was like $20.
Yeah.
It was fucking nothing. So then he asked like the pizza delivery guy. I was like, ah, actually gonna have cash and I pay in Bitcoin. Then he sent him $1 Bitcoin. What guys and I were telling him back now one Bitcoin. But it's the same thing. It's just it's consistent with inflation. 'Cause, I mean, yeah, back then you buy bread for $5, now bread's $15. So I mean, like, I can't even throw the guy because back then it was worth fuck all. That's why he spent it because it was worth fuck all.
I mean, like if you'd been lucky enough, let's say like, oh, you just saw the crypto shit, you had birthday money, and you just bought a few shit.
It's for like 100 US worth.
I mean, you'd be, let's say you bought that shit in 2008, you'd be a fucking millionaire.
That's why most of those guys ate. Even the guys that only caught on afterwards, like when Bitcoin was like 20,000 US, 2018, 2019. Like, it was still bras who were like, nah, Bitcoin's at its peak, I'm not buying. No, but then the bras was that, put Zach into the time Bitcoin hits 56,000 US. Guys are like, ah, I hold my luck.
The worst thing was the, what do you call it? Those guys who did the, shit, there was a name for it. It's like, so post like COVID, you have all these guys saying like, yeah, you must buy crypto because like stock market's gonna go to shit. I think crypto was at like 60 something,
Mm.
and everyone just bought. It gave them a little push up,
Yeah, even me with ETH.
and it just fucking sunk.
I had some ETH, what is it, from like, it was like worth like fuck all. Then it was worth like 2.5. And I was like, oh, take my Zach and chip out. Didn't even leave anything in it. He was like, nah, pull it, dog. Pull it. That's it, done. And then like later, and then like literally like later that year, just a couple months later, he went up a whole lot more. And I was like, I didn't even need the Zach like that, dude. I was just like, cause it's like, I'm not like, what I really like to provide the dips, like some of these other guys are.
No, I think it's way of like Braz did this thing about you have to like average out of your position.
Uh,
So it's just like get in, but like once your shit is, that like fine, even if this shit comes back to where I had initially gotten in, then I've like your costs are covered. You're not gonna lose any money.
um,
But it's that thing of where you see profits and you're just like,
I was
okay,
like, I wasn't fit. I wasn't finna start setting trade alerts. What? I wasn't feeling do any of that shit. I just saw the Zark like 10x. I was like, nah, dude, pull it, nigga. Because like, it was like the forex flashbacks. I
Yeah.
was like, fuck, man. If I check this shit, because also like, you're checking it every day, because like for the most part, it just remains like stagnant. So you check it like every month or so. I was like, I check this thing again in 3 weeks time, and from 2.5 it's like 1.5. Then I'm like, why didn't I take 2.5? I was like, nah, what you like, get it in like some other day later.
Yeah, it kind of fucks you.
Initially, I mean, what is it like? Crypto, it used to still be like, now what is it? Like in Brazil, we can send like Zach like to each other. And then we basically now the way that the blockchain was needs to verify the transaction 3 times before it's confirmed.
Mm.
So like browse could pay for things like anonymously, kind of, but because obviously the blockchain is public or it's open source and public, anyone can go in, and if they've got a single wallet address, they can go track every single transaction that wallet address made. Sure, there's no lookup system to see who owns the wallet address,
Mm.
but at least you'll be able to see all the people that they sent addresses to. Then, of course, so like if you end up buying, like if you're paying for things online, and say Amazon tomorrow like decides that they now take Bitcoin or that they take crypto, and you will obviously post the wallet addresses on the internet. Rask and then must go look up those changes, like look up basically every wallet address that's ever been posted online, store like a whole list of them with the associated names of like the suspected people who own it,
Mm.
or the companies that own them, and then just like cross check them. Oh, okay, so guys, this is the shops of who and shops of who. That's what's how these dumbass Logan Paul guys must go to court for this pump. Because the guy was posting the wallet, posting the wallet because some years back on his Twitter. So anyone who was willing to scroll all the fucking way back on his page will find all of these tweets. Go on to the go on to the onto what's known as the Wayback Machine, which is an archive of everything that's ever he posted onto internet. Which is what they must say that delete buttons do not actually exist. Once you post it and it leaves your machine, goes to someone else's machine, you're fucked. Because at every single node that data entered and like an exit, there's going to be a log of it somewhere.
Mm.
So guys went back to his shit. They found all the wallet addresses. Then that's also how CoffeeZilla was able to also go do the investigations to find out, oh, on this date, Logan received X amount of this shit token on this wallet address. This wallet address, because it's publicly listed, you can see is owned by these meme coins admins.
Mm.
So they planted in whatever, how many thousands of this crypto shandy, and then he bought X on his own. Then you can, then also the shows you like the prices. All of a sudden, 2 months later, then you can see, then he sold back all of these things back to the exchange because the exchange is now obviously publicly listed. And I was like, well, now you're cool. So the whole point of the wallet thing was that you're not meant to tell anyone. You're not meant to post your shit anywhere. You're not meant to talk about it, nothing. And I was like, why? Because the minute you do, you're then giving browse ways to trace you.
No, no, then you're like monumentally fucked, man. 'Cause I mean, even like I never watched any of those expose things on his whole crypto thing
Mm.
because I was just there like, why would a fucking YouTuber and an actor or whatever know anything about the crypto market? It's clearly just there's some exchange where they just want the guys following
Even now again, like with the Zoom token thing, it was almost the exact same thing.
that like
Is
crypto zoo thing.
crypto do is again he posted it, and most of those tweets he tried to delete. The internet is famous for screenshots. So all
Yep.
those old tweets were found. The Braz found his wallet addresses for those ones again. And going back in, just going back to the blockchain, then they can see every single transaction that his wallet made. And I don't know it's his because he posted the fucking wallet address.
Mm.
So then they can see, man, he sent X to who? Now let's go find out who owns the wallet address. And like in some cases, like the developers who were paid to work on some of those cryptos, get in touch with Coffee or who will get in touch with him for like those insider secrets. So they'll be like, nah, I can confirm that that wallet like is so and so's. Uh, yeah, when I was telling you about, yeah, I was like, dude, learn about stock, economics, learn about smart contracts, learn about Web3. Web3 is the programming language that people use to, to basically like to manipulate basically like the systems that runs the logic for like all these new dumb cryptos that they make
Mm.
and controls things like when people try to buy X amount of crypto, how does that entire transaction go on? All of a server logic. They are telling me that now I can see like big jobs for the things coming up. And I was like, I see like the move as well, man. But the problem is that it looks like a market for niggas to just get a lick on each other. So I was just like, nah, because now but all of these guys that were even working for Logan Paul, all these meme coins that he was working. Now they had jobs for a while. They ended up being paid, but then now when there's things like class action lawsuit being done, now they're also kind of in the fire. Because then the guys are now asking, well, how didn't you know that
Yeah.
like the whole thing was a fucking scam?
You know that. Sorry, I mean this is completely off topic, but the same guy I was speaking to yesterday,
Mm.
he said that his father is the one who does the. Okay, when I use these big words, it's small goods or small consumable goods or whatever. So basically, like everything in the shop that you see in Wurman and Beck and Fuchs and all these things,
Mm.
he's the one who needs something about a system because like you have to keep track of what is going out and what is priced at what.
Yeah,
So he's the one
yeah.
who like
That's all
does,
going down.
and then I forgot the word he used. But even just like when the guy was like talking about this shit, I was like, obviously, like I don't know anything about IT, but like this shit, it's such a massive field because like everything you do is like every like me just fucking moving this shit like that. A million things are happening behind this, behind the screen.
Me, it's just like the ability to even just show the chart data,
Yeah,
to pull it from wherever it's coming from. Every single time, like you're changing, like you're changing time frames, zooming. Now, who the fuck is this?
no,
Changing
but
time
honestly,
frames
like
and
if
everything
you
else.
that whole like store thing you wanted to go and do,
Mm.
like that would be someone to go and like speak to because there was I think he spoke
These are
there.
the guys looking for the top level.
The guy's profession is actually data recovery.
Now they're walking in.
Yeah,
Mm.
even recovery is not even
Is that
here.
even? Yeah. No, that's not. I was saying, I'm seeing niggas walking in, and it's like, yo,
Because like the other night, I had to go and buy 3 portions of chips,
no.
but I only saw one guy in Hunt. So I'm like,
Yeah, no. I only saw the guy in the area. Him, I can kind of recognize him because the other day I was walking out, and then there's a guy walking from the dustbin back to the dog. He's like, then I'm watching him. He folds the fence. He walks around like he knows where he's going. No, I'm not. Maybe the dog knows the guy. Jesus.
yeah, I mean, like, but look, it's like in terms of crypto and trading, no fucking chance. This, I mean, obviously with shit like VIX, you don't have the benefit of like your whole identity stuff being hidden.
Mm.
But in terms of price action, it's much better. But what I liked about what he was saying was just in terms of holding your money.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
like just he's like whatever you need because he was talking about something about sats and how say like one crypto will be like 100 million satoshis and whatever, and he was going on about like Like, don't like whatever money you make, and Zach you have. Don't fucking buy gold. Don't think you can buy property because none of that shit is yours. And he's like, but if your Zach is, have that whole like your own. He said something about like private wallet
Yeah.
where no one has access to it, and so he's like, don't save your shit anyway. And I was thinking about it, like, alright, cool, man. Clearly, like, I have lots of gaps in terms of like trying to understand what you're saying, but now I see the benefit of it in like the long run. Because that's also how guys like Abu Sheikh got fucked up.
Yeah.
Because he was probably trying to hide money with like brokers and all, not knowing that like once you submit this KYC documents, they have everything.
Even if a fucking broker, I'm not even gonna give my what I ever withdraw from a broker to my give my wallet address.
Yeah.
Because even if whatever it is, like one day again, it's not like the broker probably has a certain amount of addresses that they use.
Mm.
If anyone of these like SEC whatever it is was to ever ask the broker for all of the wallet addresses, they will look. Oh yeah, we're actually looking for a few of these guys that you sent out to before.
Mm.
So you need to go back into your records and go find out who owns those accounts. And they're like, man, well, the only way that it works is you just do peer to peer. Like, I didn't believe it. I used to read these stories of how, like, back in the day, still before these exchanges were even popular, I win buying crypto with a debit card was still foreign talk. Yeah. Guys used to do like face-to-face meetups
And just like exchange crypto.
yeah, so like you must meet on forums. Guys are that's then I said like you must looking for guys that are in the area who have crypto. And that time it wasn't very popular that like you'd find someone who's on those forums who's also in your same city.
Mm.
Sometimes would have to travel out of town to go and meet the people in the city that like they live in. And they would just do the sort of like the two kind of uncontrolled currencies. I give you $200 cash for $150 worth of Bitcoin, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you log into your wallet there, like they're on your phone. That's most, like, the only time that you'll ever be connected to the internet. It's just when you want to send something. You send, I confirm, I get the first confirmation, second, third. That's it. Sent, gone, done. There's no like the only receipt for Grass organizing to meet was just through the forum. The forum is even just it's just IP addresses and usernames.
The one thing this guy mentioned was, um, I don't probably kidding. It was something about open source, and he was like the big thing about the whole Dex and all that stuff is that is open source because, but it's like that's also why you want to use Linux or something. Then he started obviously using fucking words, and I was just there like, yeah, I hear you.
Now, there's there's open source is closed source. Open source just means that all the code that's ever been written
Mm.
to make the program work is publicly available. So you can go to a code repository like GitHub, which is where a lot of developers normally publish their code,
Mm.
just like to save it. And like you can go there and you can go read every single fucking line,
Yeah.
whether it's 100 lines, 1,000 lines, and go see for yourself if there's anything in there that's not supposed to be there, and people would know. And also people are the community is allowed to make changes.
Mm.
So sometimes you'll find there's just like good developers that are just hiding in the shadows.
Yeah.
They work for like Fortune 500 companies. Then they must get bored of doing the same things every day. They find cool open source projects online. They're like, no, I should see this function over here could be improved by writing it this way.
Yeah.
Then you can basically like you can make a clone of the code like to their own computer. You make the changes, then you then submit it back to the owners.
Mm.
They're like, I did this and this and this and this. And they look at it, they're like, actually, the change that you made is actually great.
Yeah.
Then they implement it, and then that's now how the Shandi works. Obviously, closed source, niggas want to keep the shit like proprietary. So they don't show you how they do it. They could have sketchy code in there that does malicious things, and you would never know it.
Thing is, like, he was one thing I want to do more reading on now. I don't understand why the guy wants me to use Linux instead of Windows. Because his big thing was just that, like, Windows is gonna get you fucked, and I was just like,
Windows, the Windows won't really get you fucked. Like, actually, that's something my good guy because I was watching this video about antiviruses, mentioning like which one should you get because every single one of them just seems to be for the cash, and like some of them like Norton, they seem to work, but they just charge the fucking resources like a motherfucker.
mm,
There's other ones that like used to work back in the day, then they just stopped like McAfee and there's down fucking Avast and a lot of them bought each other out. So like the guy said anyway, like the biggest threat is the person. Oh, sorry, is like the thing between the keyboard and the chair. So I was like, fucking you. If you're on the internet, on downloading sketchy shit, you're on sketchy websites, you're not protecting yourself,
yeah,
like from threats. And I was like, so then like you're opening yourself up obviously to like the vulnerabilities. The only thing Linux really that the only thing that I would say for like the time that I did use Linux is just that there's not a whole lot of bullshit installed. When you install Linux, it's like bare metal. There's nothing
yeah.
on it basically.
There's no fucking makeup. It's,
And yeah, so all these dumb apps that come installed pre-installed on Windows, there's none of it. Everything that you want to use, install it manually. What is it? So and also a lot of viruses that people write,
mm.
they write them for what? Windows.
Oh yeah,
How many? What is the percentage of computers
yeah.
that run Windows in the world? Hospitals fucking run Windows. I mean, what is it? Businesses show you like at the back they run Windows. So I mean, it's the easiest. It's the easiest one that it's target.
Yeah.
So of course, there's just that thing. Um, you can still download a virus on the internet using Linux. The problem is just that obviously it's less likely to happen. Also, what Linux doesn't have antiviruses because who needs an antivirus on Linux?
Yeah.
Because everything that you're doing it with intent. There's no funny background process magically starting on like on Windows, like Windows does. None of it. And I guess also just like I guess a lot more of those cybersecurity protection tools
Mm.
that people make are readily available on Linux. That's what happens whenever like the Tor, I go to Linux.
What is the tour thing?
Um, oh, uh, um, it's basically like the blockchain, but for like the dark web.
See. Did you say something called of like BitTorrent at some stage? I don't know, you mentioned something like that.
Oh no no. Uh, BitTorrent is just a client client application for downloading files from other browser computers.
Uh,
That's now torrenting when Rasmus pirate movies.
yeah.
Then like you want to share them like, amongst everyone else. That's on the network. So then you use BitTorrent or uTorrent all the other time.
Funny.
But hey, all of it's a whole messy fucking cluster, man. I don't know, man.
It's just a cluster of puppies.
Even like I still want to learn about Web3 and smart contracts. And, just like just
Yeah, because like what this whiteboard crypto guy was saying was essentially because there's no centralized exchange, every transaction is just a smart contract, and it's either like if you do anything to fuck up the contract, the code picks it up, blocks it.
yeah. So someone had to write a logic that decides that this is yes. Not even fucking Gary V is also now in crypto. Just like everything, like the only reason that things like Bitcoin will not go down is just because no one knows who owns it,
Mm.
so everyone has an invested stake to keep it going. With
Yeah.
these meme coins and shit coins, it's owned by who? Logan Paul. And then you're like, motherfucker. Logan Paul is saying he's dedicated. And that's the other way that guys ended up fucking each other with some other sketchy token, because now basically the way that it works is like um, you're most basically a bank.
Mm.
You're accepting people's currency, accepting one currency to give them another currency.
Yeah.
And you're saying that you're sending me X, and then I'm going to give you Y, whatever else I'm giving you back. So like you must have to have that financial backing of that. The money that I got from these guitars, like we're not spending it, we can't spend on anything because that's what gives the
Yeah. The coin
token
money.
its
Yeah.
value. So it's meant to be in also kind of like how like private wallets work. Like it's meant to be in cold storage or in a lock storage.
Mm.
That not even the developer himself can just go in, unlock it, open it, whatever it is, to fuck with the funds and then I meant to be open source so that people who want to go and look at the code can see the storage. The way it's been set up is like a vault is locked, and these guys can't just take the money out. 'Cause that's what they did with one of the cryptocurrencies that Logan Paul was involved in. I think it was one of like the first two or something.
Mm.
What they basically did was that allegedly, not Logan Paul, but like one of his cronies had the developer go and make a change that makes the cold storage accessible at at any time, so that they could transfer the money out. So that's what they would do. They would still keep allowing brass to buy the shiny. That the coin would be valued at the same amount every single time, but they were
So
sending.
like, so money is going into the bank. It's not totally going into the coin.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like there's no value being gained. So
right.
that's
So then they were just
uh,
like sending the money out, like the other one is trying to like split the funds.
so like they basically had a fake liquidity pool then.
Yeah,
Hey, but
they
nigga,
faked
that
they faked all of it.
that is like crazy illegal.
Yeah. So that's why now was done. So now
Shit.
obviously the developer who's doing this, fine, he's working by instruction, but also he knows that what he's doing is wrong. Yet he does it anyway. So now when this lawsuit came up now, who do you think is under fire now? Is the guy that was allowed the journey to happen. Because had he not okay, fine. First argue, if not you, they would have found someone else to do it. But like still, like they had a choice to get like the authorities involved.
Yeah,
Yo, there's this shit going on. They want me to do this. I'm suspecting so that they can do that. So I guess they're going to have to now see how all that plays out now.
I think even like the guys like Logan, I mean, for himself, he can't even. The guy's only chance is to say no. I was just a face or yabba yabba yabba, and I didn't understand. But even if you play the card of you're just incompetent or whatever, I mean, millions, tens of millions of dollars.
Well, isn't that signed Bankman Free guy now in fucking jail,
Yeah.
federal prison, for kind of that same shit, falsifying the fucking records, manipulating the money at the back, where like a user. Yeah, so that's what then happened. So the coin ends up collapsing. Now, brother, like, okay, well, I'm not making any Zark, so let me withdraw my shit. But now you can't withdraw because
There's
now
no liquidity.
there's no liquidity to give everyone the Zark back.
Yeah, because now it's like you guys, I mean, you're basically just fucking spoofing it now.
Yeah. So then there was a whole thing. No, sorry guys, withdrawals are currently frozen for now. There's an issue. We're hoping to get it resolved soon. I mean, it's just months of that. Months of people wanting their 40,000 US back. People wanting their 5,000 US back. There's nothing. They chopped the money. The money's in other accounts. And all those recipients, Logan Paul was there. Then it's how can no, we're gonna pay everyone back, you're not gonna get the money back. He's still paying everyone back.
This
So
guy is monumentally fucked.
allegedly paying people back.
Probably why they went to go do the whole boxing thing as well,
Yeah,
because they're like, shit, my guy, like we need to.
yeah,
I think that's the only chance of maybe getting out with, probably like I mean, someone is going to prison, 100%.
that's, there was millions that were embezzled, just fucked off, gone.
And I mean, like Americans are one thing, but those fuckers are not dumb, bro.
It just takes one accountant. You don't even need to be a what was like a forensic niggas or anything. Just takes an accountant to just go and look at like, but like this account should be stale. It should be or the it should only be like one-sided traffic. So Zach coming in, it comes in, we hold it, it's locked. It
Yeah,
comes in, we hold it, it's locked. So it's like, so why does Zach keep leaving this for you? Yeah, because it's a fucking blockchain, it's all public. Niggas can go look at those records. You just need the addresses.
it's kind of like from all that I've gathered so far, it's like if you want to do the whole crypto thing, obviously, like go ahead and do it, but like you must learn to shut up.
Yeah.
Because if you could do any sketchy shit and browse that at your wallet thing, and then you're fucked.
It's also just because like one of them, well, I think the one that actually did that, this is when I hope nothing playing some. That one had like the problem was obviously that the nigga was like promoting the coin. Yes.
I want to ask you, won't you be able to transfer million to Portugal?
You can try opening it anyway. But like I said, the format will never be the
No,
same.
and then maybe just commit to Google and not paying that. I don't want to sit down and already type this bullshit.
The stuff you get found with um, because basically all that they do is that they just take a picture of it and then they try to convert now the picture to words. That's why it still messes up like the spelling
The spelling
and then
and
like
the space
yeah,
and
spaces and those things. Yeah, so it's sort of a little not convert the PDF to the editable words now. I see that picture of the man.
that one, this one, not it.
Oh,
These ones are not necessary because I'm getting things from working and the
okay. No, no. That's the one. I mean, that was I mean, that would what takes you. I mean, it's with RNT, the real nigga token Shandy.
Is that what he's gone and done? Or?
It was not, but he's RNT is his. I think there's also the other coin daddy that the guy was also now promoting. But I haven't looked into that one to see whether it's also him behind it or it's just something else that he just found. Because that's now what basically everyone that's what Braz had to must do to get into that competition to win the Lambo. I think also that you had to buy a certain amount of RNG to be entered into the Shandy. Not matter what, and then that white topic from the US must won the Shandy.
Shit.
The Lambo with like a Trump's things on it once. That blue one. Is it?
No, I haven't. I just haven't been on YouTube as much now.
I know that saw it on Twitter. Somewhere there, he posted a Shandy on what day the competition's gonna end and the winner is going to get he's going to get this Lamborghini. So it was a it was like a deep blue like deep blue ST like with basically like Trump's brandings on it.
Hmm.
So it had like Trump 2024. I think it had like a picture of Trump or something on it like that. So I mean, like things like that, you do some sort of promotional things. I mean, like, fine, you spend 300 grand, 350 grand buying the fucking thing and having all the decals put on it. But how many niggas bought your fucking token?
No, 100%.
So I mean, and also like you've put a limit, base, but like a lower bound on the amount that people have to buy to qualify. So I mean, I was like, fuck no. Now it's just on him to not fuck with like the liquidity. That's the only way that the token is going to continue going up. That means like me is like I still see it as a fucking lose lose. Because that bitch, what is it now? Yeah, what is it? Because now with it, he's promoting it. He's saying it's a coin that's going to pay you forever. Like, nothing is forever, dog. Nothing's forever. So now check now and like the shiny keeps going up, and then like they niggas want to sell off the shiny. You're going to have to fulfill those contracts
Yeah.
and pay everyone out who wants to be paid out. You can't have any emotion of it of then our value is going to drop. What. Nah, you have to just pay the niggas out and trust that they'll come back. That's why niggas keep going in and out of Bitcoin every single day because they trust that no matter what, there's always going to be someone in it. There's always going to be pushing and trying to push that motherfucker up so that they don't get scared. Oh, these ones that are just created by individuals pop up out of nowhere, out of thin air. Guys are like, Leo.
I haven't even seen where Bitcoin is.
It's probably like still in the 50s. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might still be
67.
67. Ah, wow.
I mean, let's think of like August of this year. There's this thing of what is it? I think ICT calls it. It's it's a market maker efficiency paradigm thing, of where like if you want to be buying an asset, you need to buy it like down close candles, and if you want to sell, you must up close candles. You think of this shit is dumping all the way down here. What is everyone doing? Or I guess the daily is too small of a time frame. But on like say the weekly,
Jesus, look at that.
so like yeah, fine. It clears all time highs here. But anyone who is say if you're like a trader, I mean, you're seeing you're closing past, waking past it and closing below. So let's say if you got in like somewhere here or whatever, you're like, okay, no, it's fine. Let's let this bitch pull back, and on this whole pullback here, every time it comes to like a former level of structure, like say this one here, you just add. You see like here old levels,
Yeah. And then it goes again.
you know. But then like who the fuck is waiting from here to this point? Who is waiting 343 days.
That's the thing.
If you have
It's,
smart money, then not definitely. But if not, there's no chance you're gonna wait.
I mean, that's how indexes are. Also,
Yeah,
not indexes. When you do the ETFs
mm.
and things like that, and you're holding for 10 years.
Yeah,
That's the goal. So so you can't be emotional about what happens that week. That week, the tokens, it's just been in a fucking free fall. Your mind should be like, buy more,
yeah.
buy more. It's fine. Then the week, whatever it is, buy more.
Like say, if we went from the start of this year, if on January 1st, gents were like, let's just buy, we would have only would have had some profits in fucking March, bro. Because initially, say if you had bought here,
Yeah,
think of this first dump down here. Crypto, your Chinese gone from 41 to like 38. You're like, oh shit,
yeah. You're just like,
market is completely fucked. But like here in, I mean, jeez, like look at this fucking bull run. And this was when, say
yeah. That
when
was
like
like COVID. And
when when fucking,
and like the dog was on Robinhood
but I mean like,
fucking buying up Bitcoin.
but first COVID hits this week. What does everyone first do? Nos?
Sell off. Like,
And
yeah,
it's
you
always
drop.
like the big down close candles on the weekly.
Yeah,
If you buy, even if you bought here, yes, you spend a week or five in drawdown,
and
and
after
then you
that,
get that slow push, and then October 2020, I don't know what changed for it to fucking blow up like that. And then you look at the next November the following year, and suddenly now, so October that year it climbs, October this year, November it dumps.
so everyone in their fucking mother learned that they can dump their luck into this trading shit. And that's exactly what they did.
And then like
Bitcoin
here,
is 56,000. But what did people do? They sell off because they bought at 20,000.
yeah,
And they were like, nah, I'm fucking out of it.
check
But
this.
everyone else is saying, Bitcoin's at 50. Bitcoin looks like it's getting like, oh, I remember all those. Jesus Christ. The OG Bitcoin scammers. Motherfucker. I even forget their names now. If I Google them, I'll find them. Bitcoin is going to 100,000 by the end of this year. They've been saying it for the past 3 years now. They're saying the past 3 years, Bitcoin is going to go into 100K. So 50K niggas were buying Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Maybe now they're lucky now, and now it's at 67, but they ended up getting magnified. What happened before that? It dipped like a
my question
motherfucker.
is, who saw this in 2015? So
Yeah,
you had up until 2017, 2018 even. I mean, yes, there's this first spike up here, and
no,
then
2017 was a lot of these exchanges started to pop up.
yeah,
So now you could buy. That was now when you could finally start buying with debit cards.
but
So
it's like all you would have to do, I think, is just. I mean, if you see the shandy fucked off, let it continue to fuck off because sooner or later
bounces back
gets
out and
retested. Even like here, it could very easily just,
just got tapped like quickly.
go and munch even like 80,000, dump all the way back to 33 because it's like this. I mean, where's that path thing? Aye,
That's like you're locked in.
the fucking website story is irritating, man.
Yeah, no. No, it was want you to also log into the channel. I don't want you to continue.
Guys are just enemies of progress.
What you saw now they also put GP
What?
and it was popped up on the website. That's how you talk to ChatGPT.
Oh, I can trading and stuff.
Uh,
Oh no, I haven't.
I was like, everyone and their fucking dog now integrating this shit.
So like when using this charger, like once you turn the plug off, you have like half an hour.
I don't even. No. Now what time was what I
Jeez.
put on that Shandy was that it was only charged,
Uh,
and at 90 then it must stop charging. Like with this charger, I see now it actually does stop charging. With the Type C one, um, I guess because it's maybe that they didn't build that app to properly work with the Type C one, but you'll find that after 5 minutes, just because now it's gone from 90 to 89, it'll charge itself back to 90 just because it dropped 1%. Look at differently.
I mean, look at like from August 2021, basically like the whole of last year, it's fade was from like August 2022, it was just flat. But it's like, I mean, everyone who now bought, you're just looking at it like from your, if you draw it from like a range of just high to low and you're 50%. The second the bitch dump below here, just buy, just like, just keep, you know, buying or whatever. Because I mean, eventually, and it's just this random October, November season. Each year, this bitch just explodes. And it doesn't matter like even what you look at, everything. I think I guess like look, but then again, you look at S&P,
Yeah.
and you're like, how can I think like S&P is also just fucking insanity. Bro. Yes, remove them. Say when we got into this trading shit, oh, I see here power by 2020 roundabout.
It was.
This bitch was dumping just at the thought of COVID. Then suddenly COVID comes. Imagine from 2000 to this thing has gone over 100%, bro. In how many years? And you think of this is probably those bras like Buffett have been munching, bro.
Yeah.
Then you get this, and I think remember like 2021, even when like the pound was dumping, and I remember we were there in like the top is flattened, or it was that news thing. This period with the whole Brexit and
Oh, yeah.
everything was going to shit. Then I was thinking to myself, but like, why can't I mean we're taking out like lows from I mean, who knows how long ago? Like once you got to here, fucking buy the pound, dude. But nope, no one buys it, and suddenly it does this big bounce back. I mean, how many? See that? I mean, 2,500 points recovered in about 2 years. Either way you look at it, it's like this shit's gonna go up. You just like you actually want a bit of a recession
Yeah.
because if you don't have one, you're not gonna be able to get in.
No one likes long-term money.
Nah,
It's not comforting.
and like this, what that crypto guy was saying was just like just he's like 15x and like 20x will do you wonders with crypto because he's like it's not about you trying to make your zak now. It's like it's just like start buying small, wait for your opportunity. When that shit comes, guy was like think of it's like if you think that crypto is not going to be here in like 2030 or you think that there'll be some crazy war that'll stop everything, you're dumb, bro. Because even like now with this whole American embassy here, I feel a whole lot more secure in this country now all of a sudden. Because you're like realistically, the world it has never been at like a better place than it is now. Why would you fuck it up? But the best way to like create a bit of chaos and have things go your way is just invoke fear, bro.
Yeah.
This thing was just I doubt it's going anywhere. Yeah, I've been here since fucking 8, bro.
Yeah, it's just.
And it's just
let me
been
let me just fucking around.
and this is on the 1 minute. I have to wait for the 15 minute, but nothing is happening, bro. It's just chop, chop, chop. Hey, that Khalid, which I had my little ordeal with. I saw the Zali yesterday there at the I guess no, it wasn't yesterday. It was on Sunday. So when I go and drop the car off, then then I just turned around and Zali's like, "Oh hi, how are you?" And I was just waiting to see the gate behind her, and I was like, "Oh fuck me." Sally is like, yeah, my daughter sends her greetings, and I was just like,
No,
yeah.
that's good.
I'm
Should
like,
you-
surely you don't know, man.
uh,
You're giving me a hug. You and I could have been in-laws by now.
right, sending greetings is funny, man. Just like, why are you lying? Like, why are you lying? Yeah, we shouldn't say hi. That's not like each other. Come on.
Nah, that's like top 10 biggest fears. You knock a girl up at this age, man. You're fucked.
what because I end up working at the dog like my kids.
I did that nigga also, man. One time, like the guy comes to me and he says, "Don't you have someone who can hold the key for me?" So my dumbass he has a key, a fucking lock,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, why would I have to? Is it a safety? Then I was like,
for the first
oh.
2 seconds, I was like, yeah, keys calm.
Then
Then
I
I
was
was
just there
like,
like,
yeah,
mm.
yeah.
Like my nigga, if you have a key, you have one fucker following you around here and there,
Nah,
checking your
facts.
number.
This was just like my thing was like key, yeah, door key. Then I was like, but why you, but why you holding it? And I was like, no.
And like my nigga, you're trying to get me in shit.
These are fucking crazy, man. I mean, what we all watch the movies. How these motherfuckers fold at the first sign of pressure.
You're like everything is always great. You're making your money, you're doing this. Even like with Liam, I was lucky just to like, you know what, my guy, man. You know that no one agrees with you about this shit. So this is where you're gonna have to go face your own consequences, my guy. If shit hits the fan and the fuckers are there at your doors,
The only thing was, guys say the best criminals hide in plain sight.
yeah.
So like, whatever you're using your main number to track. And that time, you didn't need to do some registrations. It was just you had the best, will identify you by the phone that you're calling from. So there you go. Or if you were to ever use another SIM card in the phone that you're using. Yeah, but I was remember that time. You know, there was guys in essay.
Yeah, when is it coming back? No, shit.
You know what?
Then I also was also like the guys we chill with. Let's say these like Enzo guys. You are in the Dal there. You choose to wear this fake Burberry shit. And they always put on this facade. And I think the bras like they could see that like we weren't buying that shit, bro. We'd be sitting next to you guys and like I'm wearing old shorts and fucking sandals. You've got all this quote unquote drip on. But I have to go buy you a coke.
Yeah, but I never. I was like, even the even at the ghetto, the brother, he would always hype up that Waters guy, whatever the fuck.
Waters, yeah. Waters is just he's a slight prick.
Met him once, and I was like, they're making this guy sound like he's fucking Touche. But he's not fucking Touche.
Waters is broke. Enzo is broke. Everyone there is broke.
I was like, man, quit fronting, guys. Quit fronting.
Day when I think like go and I just asked these guys. I was like, you see guys, you guys say that like this month like you want to be make 10 bands, 15, 20 or whatever. And you win, you done your big deal. I was like, why aren't you guys buying like gift cards and shit to find a way to like wash for Zach? Because they're like, no, they must can't spend the money because guys are gonna ask where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you're telling me that say like all six, seven of you guys can't go and actually like register a company or whatever and claim that you like like you sell shit on the street or whatever, and now you've been able to work for the past year and save up for a car worth like 35K. If I don't think the government would go that crazy if 10 niggas bought a car worth 35K.
Yeah, honestly, like, now you can do it.
It's like, all right, cool. The guy saved up the money. It works. But now it's just like, if you were to ask those guys, are like, what do you have to actually show for all the, you know, running around Windhoek that you're actually doing? Fuck all. You don't have shit.
What that time, they were going to be going somewhere, or they were going somewhere on like a day with they were doing, and then like the brother, they come out like, yo, I need to go get dressed, How was it, Lord? And like one of the niggas that were already fucking dressed. Then they say, yo, where's the Montclair now? Where's the Montclair? Niggas. Oh,
Guys would be like, but nah, and the way they said, nah. Oh, it's just, you'd have to just bite your tongue. And you'd be like, Ezra, you sound stupid.
it was some dumb. It was like a. It's like they were trying to be like posh, but still like American black gang.
Yeah, like, but I need that item though.
So like, man, it's like nigga, there's only crackers here. Like you don't have to use the lingo. It's
You know,
all
like,
full crackers.
one time I wanted to make some money. I think I wanted to make like $100 on this guy. I did this shit the next day. So I was like, yeah, no, like, you know, if you need a lift somewhere, whatever, just let me know.
Mm.
So we go. But like, it's a classic shit of, they said, get me at the warehouse there in Northern Industrial, going to like P-Park. So I'm like, I cool, you know, I get this amount of Zap or Betty or whatever, shit's gonna work out. But it's where like you gotta be careful because those guys, you'll think that you're doing one trip. Nah, let's just like make a turn here. Then I was just like, nah, my guy, time. Then the guys and the way that they force you to like buy shit is like, yo, I've got beans, you don't wanna buy. I'm like, nah, dude, the tank is good. I never heard of no one overdosing on that shit.
Yeah, also just like the fucking story of the what is it that what's that there was maybe one time that I ever saw Enzo guy sober. Every other time I just looked like he was drinking. He talks a fucking lot and he just talks about nonsense. You know, even it does make me know.
Bro, the day these niggas had to come help us, just carry one thing. Where with four niggas,
Bruh,
five niggas, it should be easy. Nah, guys are struggling.
guy showed up in white pants. Fuck is a man you're wearing white jeans. Scary.
No, like, bro, that shit, even the way the guy's picking it up, rounding his back. And I was
Ah,
just there like, nigga, have you ever even picked up a brick in your life?
man, those guys never did a single bit of fucking labor. That was just that.